Good morning and welcome to the Be the Light meditation. I just returned from a month-long trip, and when you step out of that sensory role of everything moving by your eyesight and moving and going and meeting new people, when you come home, you see things with new eyes. You hear new things. You hold your reality in a different way. And it's almost as if you've done some internal washing. You've washed yourself of habits. I was gone a month, 21 days it takes to break a habit. So when I come home, it's almost as if I'm not on automatic. You know how we get up, we move here, we do this, and we know where everything is. It's almost as if I'm having to be fresh. And that's the word for today's meditation. How can we approach life with our set personality, our set ways of doing things, and of course, having habits and having personal qualities and being sure of ourselves and our environment has, up till now, given us what? The big thing in the world of unknowns, safety. But it's the very thing that is tying us to untrue, dissolving systems that we don't want to bring forward. So that's why it's really good to take a break from your old environment. And if you can't take a break, I just thought of there's a beautiful exercise that Rudolf Steiner did right after my divorce when I said, who the hell am I? Apart from this role as a wife and mother. And this was it. You had to lay in your bed. You had to exercise will. You could not go on automatic. And that's what we're talking about, going on automatic. That's what the powers that be want us to do. They can puppet us. In this exercise, you lay in bed with your eyes shut, I guess, probably, to get the answers inwardly. And you can't move or get up until it's a volition and a move that is exactly in line with your true mission in life of who you truly are. So there's a lot of false starts. Oh, I'll get up and I'll do this. No, that wasn't my true mission. This wasn't my... I laid there for 3 days until I'd almost lost my mind of who I was with just the fatigue and the tedious and the nothingness when I was shown who I really am. A mist filtered through the blinds and it formed into a woman. And this woman said, I am you, so if you'd like to, you can just energetically slip right inside of me. And then this story continued and I was shown who I am and what my role is. And so when I stood up, whole new world. Just feels as fresh as when I stepped in this house after being gone a month. Whole new world. That's a Disney. Whole new world. But it's true. We must press reset. Now that word is given a negativity. I know there's a political group out there that says there's people coming in with a great reset and they're going to control us all. But each of us needs to come to terms with how off our own authentic, true, God-given path is. So let's take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And no matter how happy you are, no matter how interesting your life is, I guarantee there's still a little edge of more awareness, of more embodiment of your divinity, which allows things to settle into a cohesive calm where that little pressure of insecurity, of how to be safe, which actually is the propulsion of most of our human behaviors, when you really get to the bottom of it. Relationship, houses, jobs, where we live, everything. So we'll be safe. I've learned that safety is just a fabrication of things that we have learned from people in fear, that many of them really don't apply. I'll give you an example. The other night, I have this Instagram account, and suddenly I saw this beautiful young mother with long hair holding her child, and there's her husband, and they almost look too happy, almost like they're actor and actresses to try to put something over of like, we're so happy, we're so perfect. But I watched through the years where she thought she was pregnant, it was really a malignant tumor. And finally the children came, and the way that they held their children, the father stands on a surfboard and the kids wear those little wings, and he surfs with his children safely. Why? Because he is secure in his ability to surf, balance, and keep that child safe. That broke all sorts of limitations for me, a public health nurse who was children's health and disability prevention, a father surfing with a 1-year-old. They taught their children to swim in the bathtub, and I watched how lovingly, how naturally they were raising their children in joy and love and safety in their physical body. I watched it in awe. Could this really be true? And then I said, what we've been taught is so small, so contracted, and it's been passed down from our families. No wonder we're afraid to be shooting stars, to be that visionary, because there's so many reasons you could lose money, your reputation. Oh, I hear it all the time. So how can we be change agents if we don't even know what that feels like, because we are stuck in our same old environments? So what are the things that we can do? Go to a fabulous New Age church that attracts people who are shooting stars all the time. Go listen to new speakers. Just being in their presence, hearing the vibration of their voice. Take a vacation. And since I committed that I would be gone 30% of the time, because that's who I am. It's right in my astrology. I'm a gypsy. I just got home, and yesterday I'm on a meeting, and my partner texts me, hey, you want to go to Hawaii for all of November? Oh, yes, good. That's perfect. So let's think of your life in the ways that you are stayed. And even if you have a life that has much change in it, if you're traveling all the time, I can guarantee you there are certain moving parts of you that aren't moving, that are still stuck and rigid and not seeing the next opportunity for what? Freedom. To be free in the moment, to not be fettered, controlled, and contained by the old harness of fear. So this is a tall order I'm talking about, but if you're on this, you want to be the light, you want to be awakened, you want to be fearless in the world milieu, and you want to stand here almost as a God would, fearless, that this too, everything shall pass, it's a creation of man, and that you are anchored in what? If you were here and you could talk to me, I'd ask you, what do you want to be anchored in? In the sanity and sanctity of a consciousness that is aligned and harnessed with in the container of Source, which just experiences itself as a movement activity without all the judgment and fear, knowing also that there certainly is, and this is the interesting part, when you were born, that gate, that door is set. That is fate. Your consciousness and your contract, not, there are some things that aren't with your control, even though you really can break that. If your vibration goes high enough and you're sitting in the seat with source, you can break a contract and you can die sooner. A lot of enlightened, and that's why I say, get to a certain level and you're co-creating, you can change that door of exit. But essentially you have a door of entrance and a door of exit. And that explains why some people can eat so poorly and live such piss poor lives, and they live to be 101, because those gates are set. There's a certain karma. There's a certain theater. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, when you came in, how many years were prescribed by authorities that didn't really fit you? Okay, I'm going to think about this. For me, about 58 years before I took off those old inhibiting clothes. Now think about the door of exit, and believe me, if you totally wake up and go into your full rainbow body, you get to choose when you die. It's no longer part. But just say in this moment, trust your intuition, go in your gut. What year will you exit? 2040, 2050, 2060, feel it, and then just drop a star there. And even though your consciousness will go on, know that this time in this body, your ability and your right and your responsibility to send out shooting stars of new possibilities for the earth to live will be over in this body. And you will go with your angels and look at the book of how you've lived your life. And in every single day and moment, in every choice that you did not choose love, you will account for. And you will understand how your thought process are weighed down by fear. So you want to do less work in this school in between lives? You want to have less homework assignments? Lighten up. What if this is the door you enter, this is where you live? Now make a big star right now, the 28th of September, 2022. Breathe into it. This is the day we're going to become star beings. Oh, I love that. That's good ideology. All right, we're going to drop into the meditation. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So all of this talking that I've done, just take a quick scan over your energy field. Is there any part of you that's afraid to let go? Essentially, let go and let God guide every thought, action, and heal every feeling. Just take a moment. Is there any part of you that is resistant? Because that will be the little flying monkey. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to come into conclusion in a cohesive oneness that today, September 28th, 2022, I am choosing to release all fear so that the shooting stars of inspiration, new ideation, creative imagination can flow through me unfettered, so that I can say it, dance it, be it, create it, paint it, color it. You get where I'm going. Creatively bring through a myriad of multifaceted, new harmonic frequencies in all these different artistic modes that humans love to do, but they usually only like to do it Sunday morning when their spouse isn't working or the child's sleeping. Or It's important. Let the zone of what you love to do, what you're meant to do, dominate everything else. And as I say that, I know there's many people in the future, well, how do I pay my bills? I'll tell you, if you're a force of nature and you are painting and singing, the world is going to be magnetized to you and want to see you, and they're going to say, I want what she's drinking, and they are going to pay money for you to come and teach their church, or to sing, or to open your home for circles. That's the mysterious part that you don't know because you've never done it. To be that free being is to be that sparkling light, that eternal youth that so many people are yearning for, and they will pay for that, but they need to see you doing it, and they need to see you doing it authentically. Not just on Sundays, but all the time, so that they're thoroughly convinced there's another way to be in their human skin and to not be in misery and retraction and resistance. So you're not doing it just for yourself. You're a messenger. You're the bugler at the gates of potential of going in heaven. And your song and your countenance being visible and beautiful. And what you'll say to people is just what Christ said. This too you shall do and more. So take a deep breath, and I hope that you're getting into this mode of what I'm saying, that you're a champagne bubble factory, a fumigator of joy. Take another deep breath. So we ask and intend to set this sacred space. We put our physical body in a beautiful geometric holon of balance. And the structure allows us to fit in the physics, the mathematical precise grid of all that is. We are isolating ourselves. And now a little surgery. We ask and intend that every vibration, activity, thought, historical timeline that is based on fear is now unfettered, cut with angels' golden scissors like a corset, and all of that creation through decades of building upon safe decisions that were limiting, confusing, and agonizing in their outcome. We ask that they be released now. This is going to take a moment. I should put on some nice, beautiful music. Beautiful dreamer. Just getting here, but we need a little time. It's sloughing off, mainly our shoulders. All those roles, the good girl, the hard worker, the resilient one. What does that mean? Someone who puts up with anything. No, we're making our new rule books because our rule book is not of this world. Let it go. Let all these structures. I feel like I'm lighting a bonfire within my infrastructure of shoulds. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Going, gone. Allow yourself to be just this empty, vacuous space of new possibility. And now this is where the panic comes in. This is where the fear can come in, because how do we feel safe now? That question is not even a question in the divine realm. Safety is an illusion. Take a deep breath and simply open your crown chakra as we are surrounded by divine beings of light. And we are going to ask for a frequency formula. All thoughts come from frequencies. Everything is vibration. We are going to ask that the Creator, who of course is listening to everything all the time, and loves it when we ask. We ask and intend that a beautiful formula that can mitigate and completely release this old fear and simultaneously bring in a big bath bomb, a bowling ball bath bomb. You know, they are fizzle, pop, and light and color and smells. Of light is now hovering over our head of trust. Trust in the ways, the word, the energy of divine flow. Okay, so now let this come now down into your head, this beautiful bath bomb, this healing elixir, and it is kind of refining and pulling out it, almost like little suture removers, any last fear, but it's bringing in a beautiful, silky, soft bath of trust in your experience here as a divine human, vibrating the messages, the signatures, the codes of light, which ignite little bursting stars of new thoughts, new programs, new projects that may seem a little bright for the world and her condition now. You might be a little ahead of others, and that's okay too, because you signed up for it. And just the feeling that it's okay to be a little different. My mom used to tell me, Jan, a lot of Miss Americas have big butts, because I thought my butt was too big. So let Spirit reassure you that your differentness is good. It is beautiful. It's actually needed. It's moisture for a parched world. Look at our world, it's drying up of juice. And your divine juice will give people the inspiration to do the right things and turn around climate change. Yeah, to think about the future generations, to come out of scarcity mentality and all mine. And your being the light is the answer for everything. So I'm talking as you're soaking this up, especially across your chest. You're opening those gates so that the love in your heart for mankind and for yourself that maybe you've never felt this depth before is now alchemizing and frothing and holding court. It's the new leadership, this sovereignty of certainty. Ta-da-da-da. Maybe you feel a crown coming on. Just cute metaphors. I'm just talking here, percolating along, because these processes are taking a little bit of time. Now they're going into the base of our skull, medulla oblongata. That's where the spiritual energy goes in, but also in that area is your primal brain, flight or fight. And we are releasing, we're pulling the cord on that has held it all together. There is no need for flight or fight in your divine new model. Let it go. Let it release through your nervous system, knowing that you know how to keep yourself safe. There's no need for adrenaline or reaction. There's a new gentle flow. How you respond to the world and all that it brings. And there is no triggers. There's no drama, emotional highs and lows. Everything is coming to a smooth sense of wellness and jubilation, pleasant and presence, and pleasantness in that presence. So take a deep breath and let things just expand and open. And let it now connect in all parts of your being. We've taken a few minutes and now it's gone into every cell. Beautiful, smooth, and elegantly filling all parts of your being. Deliciously. Beautiful. And it's finally settling in the area of our pineal gland for the correct little, the word machinations and movement, that little umbrella of all seeing, all knowing, and receiving divine light is surrendering and opening because at last and once in this moment, you're ready and you feel safe doing it. Beautiful. And as the pineal gland opens, there is a little drop of amrita that is forming of a golden essence light, drop of liquid light. And that is coming now down into your spine and everything. If I could read your aura right now, it would be becoming a beautiful bright gold. To the fingertips, into your toes. And now, we use our will to say, I ask and intend that this symmetry and synchronicity and divine essence and well-being be established within my system permanently, profoundly, now. I ask that it be integrated and calmly reattuned to everything in my beautiful holon of balance. This is my new dominant frequency. I place a beautiful golden resilient egg around my physical body to hold this in. I'm also choosing to keep my crown chakra open just the right amount so that I am always receiving a continuous flow of this liquid light. Now, we've never done that before in the Be the Light meditation, so that feels significant. You're always leaving a little bit open to let it come right through. Deep breath, breathing in and reconnecting back up. It's like an infinity figure eight above your head and down below, but it doesn't cross over here. It's open so that it comes like this and the energy goes back up. So you are signaling divine all that is, that you are connected, you are committed to holding this energy, and that you're not breaking it down. You're not letting that seal break. This is a new continuous integrity system that you intend to carry from this moment where we put the star on September 2028 until your last breath. Blessings on this meditation. Hello out there in the world for all of those that'll be watching it in the future that I won't have a chance to say hello to. I am Jan Jorgensen at Be the Light Meditations at soundandlighthealingarts.com, and I love it when you make comments when you watch this YouTube, and I also think it's great when you subscribe, because you never know when a meditation coming down the pike is the one that you just needed to hear, so you'll get notified when they come out. Blessings, 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 and I'll see you next week.